Hey guys, it's Kurt and John with FLR, and today we're looking at the Rock Island Derya DY9.
I really like how they did the undercut. The texturing feels smooth, but it works. The Magwell grips your pinky in and pushes you upward higher on the gun. The texturing on this thumb rest gas pedal is there in spirit. It's the best way to describe it because it's not grippy. It's like slidey. But at least it's something. It's there. Oh, Kurt, you're gonna have to shoot this.
All right, I will say, it's basically there's a very crowded field of Glock clones out there. This is another one. It looks cool. It actually looks really cool. I like sort of the design cues they have here. They've got some grip texturing in the back. It does come with a flared magwell, which is kind of cool. But to be honest, a lot of it's more looks than function. I'll say that. The grip texture is not terribly aggressive. They do have a cut here, which is kind of nice. The mag release is good. We were talking about it, so I do like the fact that it comes with the flag magwell, but you can't use 19 mags with it. So there's that.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention there is a full pick in the front instead of a single slot.
True.
And the downside, I guess it's not a downside, but it only comes with Uno magazine.
Yeah, one mag, yeah. And again, you can use 17 mags with this. The slide serrations aren't great, to be honest. Those aren't very good in the front or the back. Comes with fiber optic sights. They did the whole Christmas tree thing. I'm personally not a huge fan of that, but not a big deal. And if you really want to switch it out, that's easy. So let's see how she shoots. That's surprising. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Like, seriously, non-existent texturing, but so does Glock, let's be honest. The undercut, there's not a lot there. It really does feel like a stock Glock in a lot of ways that happens to look a lot cooler. Yeah. The magwell works. So again, that's nice. I do like the fact it does kind of push you up, so that's good. That's a lower recoil.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that, but yes.
It feels like a lower recoil than a standard Gen 4. That's soft shooting.
This is a surprising gun.
Wow.
I want to dislike it, but I also don't dislike it.
It's such a crowded field, and there's so many of these to choose from.
$250.
Yeah, $250.
And a hard case.
Yeah.
And a mail-in rebate for a 33-round extendo. This is what I hate, though. Glock 19 mag.
Yeah. Let's just do it.
That's what they're extended.
Yeah, that's theirs, so that fits.
Yeah, I don't have a standard Glock 19 mag with me. Just because the 17-round mag fits.
Hang on, I'll get one. Hang on. Hold.
Cool.
Just keep it going. I should have one in here. Got ones with extended base plates. Yeah, that's not happening.
A few minutes later.
So here's a point I want to make. Their Glock 19 mag, it's got this base plate on it.
Yep.
So you can get it in there, and it fits flush with their magwell. Okay? Glock 17 mag fits perfect because it's longer. You've got a Glock 19 mag with a base plate. It goes in there, but it sits so deep, and now it's stuck.
Yeah, it won't drop.
It won't drop. Magpul mag, because it's got the extra base, fits in perfect, drops perfect. Now here's the biggest thing. You're gonna buy this Glock 19 mags, right? You're gonna put base plates on it. Well, that actually worky.
No, it didn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't lock.
It doesn't lock.
Yeah.
Because the way the Magwell is, you can't get a base.
I don't understand why they didn't just widen the Magwell.
My only complaint about this thing
Yeah.
is that, because even the grip texture, though it looks like it's not there, it's in the right spots.
It's an easy gun to shoot. That thing's,
Yeah.
wow. And I will say it does. It looks cool. Like, it looks neat. I appreciate that. I'm more just mad at it because just from the design standpoint, you know what I mean? From the design standpoint, that's just dumb. Like, come on. You were so close. They literally just need to widen that a little bit.
Or you could just take it off and put a new one on.
Yeah, you can.
I mean,
but still.
Still.
Like, they went to the effort to do it and didn't quite do it. I don't know.
I mean, good on them for at least doing it.
Yeah.
But
That's what I'm saying.
For $250, this is like a good starter.
It's better than a good starter. Like, that's a really easy gun to shoot.
My thing is this, though. I know, because I know what you're going to say. I know Glock mags are cheap. Well, Magpul Glock mags are cheap.
Yeah.
If I only have like $250 to spend on the gun and I'm only getting the one mag.
Here's my thing, though. Yes, Magpul mags for Glock are cheap. It's, $7 versus $20, $30. But I don't trust Magpul Glock mags. I've had a lot of problems with them.
I mean, I'd get the KCI mags first.
I would totally get the
Shout
KCI
out.
mags.
Keebler.
Love ya. No, actually, dude, check out KCI mags.
KCI mags,
those guys
really
have
good.
come a long way.
Why
I really want to unpack why the recoil feels lower than a standard Gen 419.
Why does everything that is not a Glock have feel lower recoil?
Well, there's that, but... Huh. That's cool. I'm surprised. Like, I'll say, too, the frame...
Yeah.
It doesn't feel great. Now, I will say it doesn't flex.
No.
That's solid. Like, that's... Sometimes when you get these, the frame kind of flexes,
Did we just say we liked a Turkish Glock?
Not only do we say we like a Turkish Glock, I'm going to say I really like this Turkish Glock.
I feel like we need to go, like, to church. Turkish Glock, what the heck?
Right?
Like, I can't even be mad at it.
So okay, hang
good.
on. So, I will say it feels like the trigger pull's a little bit heavier than stock, just a little bit.
Yeah, but
it's crisper, so it kind of bounces out in the wash.
the funny part is it feels heavy dry firing, but when you're actually firing
Oh, it's fine.
You don't notice it
No,
at all.
not at all. No, shooting it's great.
I want to hate it, but I don't.
It's tight, man.
It's
That's
super tight.
yeah.
It's a really good gun.
Yeah.
It's a $250 Glock. In a market crowded with Glock clones, like...
Yeah. They came to the table, man.
So the Rock Island Derya DY9 came out at SHOT Show of 2024. They have just started shipping a couple weeks ago. We're just starting to see them in the market. It is a Turkish Glock Gen 4. That's basically the best way to put it.
Before you go any further, is it truly a Gen 4? Because Gen 3 is off patent, so that's why you're seeing just a flood of clones. I don't know about the Gen 4, and I don't want to get them in trouble, but so they're not dumb. So they figured something out or didn't.
Maybe it's Gen 3 internals with a Gen 4 recoil spring, because that's clearly a Gen 4 recoil spring.
You're right. When you look at it as a whole, it resembles a Gen 4 a lot more.
All right, it's a Gen 4 recoil spring with a Gen 3 safety plunger.
Gen 3.5.
So first thing we ask is build quality. Build quality for me is 5. Surprisingly, very well built. It seems like the side serrations seem like they are not there, but they're very good. The grip texturing, we talked about this on the range. It looks like it doesn't do anything, but it is perfect. The Magwell brings your hand up higher on the gun.
I'm actually going to give it a 5. I was initially apprehensive about this one, but once we got it in hand and I shot it, this is really well solidly built. The polymer that they're using is actually, it feels like it's stiffer than a lot of what you're going to see out there. There's no flex in this polymer frame at all. The slide, it's tight, and it's tight for a Glock. I'm personally not super hip or personally like the fiber optics, especially kind of the Christmas tree setup, but talking build quality, they're good, they're solid. So no issues there whatsoever.
Next we have is reliability. And reliability for me is a 5. It ran everything we put into it. It runs like a Glock.
Agreed, I'm also gonna give it a 5. Any ammo we fed into it, it shot, we didn't have any issues whatsoever.
Next is feel, and feel is a 5 as well. The gun, like I mentioned earlier, the grip texture doesn't look like it is all there, but it is. It's in the right spot. The Magwell brings it up higher on your hand, pulling you in. The mag release is sticking out just enough. My favorite part about feel on this gun is the built-in gas pedals. They are got good texture. They kind of don't feel like they've got good texture. My thumb just kind of rides over it. Just kind of feels like, best way to describe it is braille. Just kind of there. But it really does work. And like I mentioned earlier, the side serrations, though they're not deep, they will work perfectly.
So for me, I'm actually gonna give it a 5. That was one of the biggest surprises, honestly. When I first picked this up and I felt the grip texture, or honestly, lack thereof. I mean, this is not aggressive at all. In the back, it doesn't feel good initially. But I will say, when we shot it, it was fine. This gun did not move. It locks in really well. The frame isn't as boxy as you'll find on like a Glock, so it's almost, again, it's kind of a hybrid between kind of a Glock and almost kind of an ovally shaped Smith & Wesson. So it fills your hand really well. Like you said, with the Magwell, it pushes your hand up, you know, into the trigger guard, which is good, and it gets you high on the backstrap. This was a really easy gun to shoot, and it was a fun gun to shoot, and that lack of grip texture didn't bother me. Like, I didn't have an issue with my hand sliding or anything like that. The trigger itself is good. And initially, it feels a little heavy, but it's not. I will say that it's in a lot of ways standard Glock, but you don't get that grit up front. There's a very hard wall and a very crisp break. It's crisper than you're gonna find on a normal Glock, and you don't get, sometimes on a Glock, you get that little ba-doing. You know, you don't get that at all. This was really, as a whole, a big surprise to me. I didn't expect to like this as much as I did. And it's one of those things, you pick it up, you see it out of the box, initial impressions. Mine was, this thing looks really cool. I appreciate that. Like, they made it look really neat, but I didn't know how it was really gonna perform. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised.
So next is factory options. And for me, it's a 3. They do have factory options, so they do have it in black and tan. They do have it with the fiber optic sights, and they do have an optics cut version as well that takes plates.
I'm also gonna give it a 3. I do appreciate the fact that it comes standard with fiber optics. Again, it's not really my preferred sort of configuration, but it's easy to swap out if you want to do that. I do like the fact that it comes with a flared Magwell. That's sort of a good and bad.
So next we have is Aftermarket. And for me, Aftermarket is a 5. It's a lot of Glock internals, so triggers, trigger bars, barrels, all that stuff can be replaced with Glock parts.
So for Aftermarket, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. To your point, there's a lot of different Glock parts that you can swap into this. It sounds like it's basically Gen 3 for the most part. But again, I think you're gonna have to do your homework a little bit and just make sure that everything's gonna fit right.
Last is going to be X Factor, and X Factor for me is a 5 because for all of this gun that we've talked about, it's anywhere between $199 to $289.
That's insane.
I mean, you're buying basically a Glock, everything. We paid $250 for this. It was well worth the investment in my thought. It does come with interchangeable back straps. It does come with the flared Magwell that is removable, and we'll talk about that. It does come with a hard case. There's a lot going on there. For the money you're spending on this, there's a ton of Glock clones out there, and this seems to be one of the best. The other thing that I really like about this gun is we shot it up against Kurt's Gucci Gen 3.
Yeah, so I've got a pretty Gucci'd out, Gen 3 Glock. It's comped. I've redone the spring weights to reduce the recoil as much as possible. Aftermarket trigger. I put some work into this gun.
Yeah, this shot just as good as that.
Yeah, it kind of did, to be honest with you.
Surprisingly.
But again, I think that that's really interesting, and that's a good thing in the market. But I think that Glock needs to honestly take a look, because the fact is for around $200 that you can get a gun that shoots as well is a Glock that's had a lot of work done to it. Says a lot. So for X Factor, I'm going to give this a 5. The main reason is how much this gun surprised me. Initial impressions were it looks great. It looks really cool. But I thought that might be kind of hiding maybe a not so great mechanically functioning gun. That's not the case at all. This thing shot awesome, and it is. It's got a really low recoil. That surprised me a lot as well. I think a lot of that is due to a good trigger. It's due to, I think, the grip design. I think maybe the slide's a little bit heavier. It feels a little bit heavier.
A little heavier.
So that's gonna, help you out a little bit there too. But yeah, overall, this thing was great. And again, I'm a sucker for something that looks cool, so I appreciate that. But I was worried that it was gonna be all, cool looks, flashy looks, not so great gun. That's not the case. Like it backs it up. We've talked about some things here, like, would I personally do something other than fiber optics? Sure, but that's easy to fix. Let's get into this. Let's get into this flared Magwell. You can't use 19 mags, which you have a bajillion of. And if you've got something with an extended mag extension on it, it's not gonna fit. Like we tried a number of different ones and they don't fit. And my thing about it is, all they needed to do was widen this like a couple thou. Like it's so close. I'm like, guys, you were 99% of the way there. Like, come on.
It worked well with the Magpul mag.
Yes, it worked fine with Magpul mags.
Now, here's what we used for most of the testing was
17 Perfect. Yeah.
And it looks like it's designed just to run 17
Yeah,
mags.
just run 17 mags in it. Again, we've all got plenty of either.
Now, we do have to mention this.
Yeah.
There's a mail-in rebate until the end of the year where you can get a free 31 round mag with purchase of this gun. So if at least you get 2 mags.
You get 2
theoretically.
Oh, you get more than 2 mags. Come on. So I'm sure there's gonna be somebody out there going, why do you need a 31 round mag? Hey, turn in your man card and you're a commie. Okay? Why? America. That's why. It's freaking awesome. Come on.
Now, here's my thing with this gun. Here comes the question. Kurt, are you a buyer?
Yes, and the crazy thing is, it's been a long time since we've looked at a gun where my initial reaction to it was vastly different than where I ended up. And this is definitely one of those, because I really thought, man, this thing's trying a little too hard to be a little too flashy, but it backs it all up. And the fact that you can get this at that price is amazing. Like, this is a lot of gun for the price.
Well, I'm going to say this. Yes, I'm a buyer because we bought this, but it was on sale for it was buy one gun, get this for free. This is the best free gun I've ever gotten buying something.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't have high hopes either because I was like, oh, it's just going to be, we're going to review another Glock thing. But when this video comes out, it's going to be around Black Friday. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling these are going to be on sale all the holiday season. You're going to be able to find these for next to nothing. I'm going to guess somebody's going to put them on sale for $189 or something like that.
Right.
These are for the money. Even not for the money. Like, if you told me after this review came out, if you told me this was $300,
yeah,
I would be hard pressed to go, yeah, that's a $300 gun.
I was going to say, if Glock made this and charged $600-700, I'd be like, yep, I'd be down. You really are getting a good quality gun. Now, we haven't shot thousands and thousands of rounds through this thing, but there's nothing when we shot it that would give me any concern. You know, sometimes you shoot them and you're like, I don't, no, it was.
We put steel case through this.
Yeah, we did put steel case through this.
Like, I'm not mad at this. I think this is, like, if I was going to look for a first gun, this is top of the list. If I'm going to suggest a first gun, and we say that a lot, because there's been so much, we were talking about this at the range, the budget level game has picked up so much.
There's so many options, and really, and again, what are they all? They're all Gen 3 Glock 19 clones. There's a bunch of them out there, right? And everybody's trying to kind of find their little unique niche, you know? So the fact that there's so many companies coming out with really good guns at an insane price is awesome for us.
Yeah.
But what that also does is then you get a bunch of them, they're all kind of the same. And this one actually stands out quite a bit.
And here's my thing, like, in a field of black guns, this thing stands out not only because it's got the flared Magwell, it's got the little red dingus, it's got fiber optic sights. This one's an FD, there is black. I'm guessing black's going to be a popular color. But my thing is this, like, it is got the textures all in the right spot. It's got the Magwell. It does have, we didn't mention it, an extended slide release. It does have a really good shelf, gas pedal shelf to actually bring that gun in. There is a shelf right here above the mag release. It's really good. The gun just wants to sit in your hand really well. Bring your grip up, proper grip. It does have the full Picatinny rail instead of the one slot. Aftermarket stuff is out there. I just think, and again, we're being nitpicky about this Magwell. It is removable. There is a screw. So if you know you remove it, now you just have a Glock 19 without the Magwell. Now, without the Magwell, I don't know how this thing. It probably shoots the same, in all honesty. But the Magwell, the way
I'm curious to see, because see how it cuts up?
Yeah.
That might be an issue. And also, I don't think you're going to find anything aftermarket that would fit.
Yeah.
So there's that, you know. But again, if my answer is I just need to run Glock 17 mags instead, okay.
Yeah, that's my thing. If I'm going to just run Glock 17 mags, like I'm going to run Glock 17 mags.
Right. I can buy this gun and get 6 or 10 17 mags.
Or even run the Magpul mags, because we ran the Magpul.
You can run.
mags.
Yeah, well, I have a whole other issue about Magpul mags, but yeah.
I mean, look, it's,
right. Yeah.
It's not much higher. It's not much.
No.
It's just.
Yeah, I would do that.
I think overall, this makes top 5 for the year. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It
was surprising too. Like, I did not expect this. I thought it was. I honestly thought this was just going to be kind of another Gen 3 clone, and okay, that's cool. But no, this is cool.
Yeah, and between this and the Kiger we reviewed earlier this year, I think they're neck and neck. I think the Kiger's got better grip texture, in all honesty.
Yes.
But this is a great gun. I would not steer anybody away from this.
If you want to give somebody a really good Christmas present, this is this is a good place to start.
If you find this anywhere for under $250,
buy it.
Buy it.
Buy it.
Just buy it.
Yeah.
It's worth I mean, I would even teach new shooters how to shoot with this gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too, because it is the recoil impulse is really nice.
Yeah.
It really is. Yep.
So on that note, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
If you do, John will be really happy. He'll wash your car. He will fly to your house and wash your car.
I don't have enough money to do that.
Nah, he may or may not.
I can't fly to everybody's house to wash their car.
Well, if everybody likes, shares, and subscribes, then we'll get more subscribers, and then you'll be able to do it.
I won't be able to do it.
You will, because we'll have all these views and make all this.
YouTube doesn't pay. We made 2 cents.
Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Leave in your comments where you think he should go.
I go a lot of places already. God. All right.
I left that open on purpose.
We want to thank our sponsor, Click Click Bang. Go check them out on Click Click Bang 1 on Instagram. Great content over there. Thank you for watching today, and have a great rest of your day.